Let's begin with that manhunt. CNN's Atika Schubert just left that gas station where the suspects were allegedly spotted. Where are you headed right now? What's the latest that you've heard, Atika?
Well, the latest is that we have seen helicopters circling the area and a number of police convoys with their sirens flashing, heading off past the gas station now. And there's actually been a number of tactical, it looks like police tactical units also on the move. Now, there are reports that the two suspects have been located in this area, but we have not confirmed that with police. We don't know specifically where, but what we can see is that helicopters actually in the air and heavy police units definitely traveling in this area past the gas station. So that's what we have at the moment, and we do know this is, of course, an ongoing manhunt, so we can expect from police at some point to give us some more details about what exactly is the latest they have on these two suspects, whether they have been in fact located.
Atika, can you explain what happened at the gas station? This occurred, as I understand it, overnight. There was an actual robbery there.
Yes, what we understand is that at 10:30 this morning, so a few hours ago, the two suspects came in a car. They were armed, and the gas attendant says he was threatened. They stole gas and food and then left in the direction towards Paris. Now, French police have not independently confirmed those details yet, but I was at the gas station. It was swarming with police. A number of plainclothes officers were actually inside the sort of shop that was there, gathered around the cash register, appeared to be looking at something. Now, we don't know exactly what that is. It may have been CCTV video. We saw a number of cameras outside. There was also a forensic van that was parked just outside, and they were taking materials in and out. They took photographs of the exits and entry points to the gas station. So it looks as though they were collecting more evidence, trying to find out more information about where they were going and what they were doing at the gas station.
We are learning, obviously, more about these two suspects, brothers in their early 30s, both, at least one, certainly known to French authorities. Atika, this one suspect has a history with the justice system in France.
Yes, Sharif, in particular, Sharif Kouachi. This is a man who was known to police because of his involvement with an extremist network, particularly in the 19th arrondissement of Paris. He was put in prison in 2008 for trafficking, or I should say helping people, recruiting them to travel to fight in Iraq. So he had a number of links to these sort of extremist groups, and in fact was involved in a plot, it appears, and around 2010, 2011, to free another extremist from prison. So this is somebody who was definitely on the radar of French authorities, but it's not clear if he was somebody who would be considered, for example, a Tier 1 suspect or somebody who was more on the fringes. His brother, Saeed Kouachi, is less known, but they're quite close in age, considered to be quite close, so that may be one reason they're involved in this together. But we don't really know what Sharif Kouachi has been doing in the last few years. And so this is the big question that French authorities will be looking to answer now. What has he been doing? Why wasn't he more closely monitored?
Right, a Tier 1 suspect, which you mentioned just to our viewers, that would be what French authorities consider the highest level of threat and would warrant basically round-the-clock observation, round-the-clock tailing. If they're not a Tier 1 suspect, though they may be known to French authorities, it doesn't mean that they're under observation round the clock. And this third suspect, the younger suspect who turned himself in, do we know much about him at this point?
We don't know too much about him. What we know is that he's 18 years old, and the French police named him as Hamdi Mourad, and that he was in a town near Reims, which is where we were earlier. And apparently he saw his name in social media and turned himself in. Now, we actually got in touch with one of someone who claimed to be a classmate of his, says that he was in school at the time of the shooting. But he does appear to have some connection to the two other suspects, and he was kept by police for some time and questioned, but they haven't released any other details of what his connection is exactly.
All right.